Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing start to your weeks and a very happy Monday. Today we're going to be diving into Cardano, and this is a video that I think many of you are going to find intriguing. We're going to be covering a variety of different topics in this video. We're going to be talking about the price, we're going to be talking about news, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. But really where I want to start, guys, is with what gripped the Twitter space yesterday. And that, of course, is the front cover of The Economist. This was spoken about a lot yesterday, and the reasons why are going to become very apparent as we dive into it. This was first brought to my attention by the Ada Whale, Cardano Whale on Twitter. Great guy, by the way. And it was originally posted by this individual and retweeted by the Cardano Whale. And this is him noticing that on the front cover of The Economist, you have the Cardano symbol, the Bitcoin symbol, and the Ethereum symbol. Now, being Twitter, I thought I better double check this. That's indeed what I have done. And it is, of course, correct. The title of The Economist reads, The World Ahead 2022. Those who don't know what The Economist is, it is essentially a financial magazine that is released weekly. They've been about since 1862, I think, something like that. They came out in the 1800s. And they've been about for a very, very long time. So this is exceptionally interesting that they are on the front cover mentioning Cardano. And you can see the Cardano symbol here next to the windmill. Ethereum, and you have Bitcoin here, ladies and gentlemen. That might not be the clearest to see, but it is indeed there. I did double check. I'm definitely going to be ordering this. And they do talk about a special section new for 2022. We'll consider emerging technologies to watch in 2022. This is very interesting. It's not the first time Cardano has been mentioned by a kind of big financial body. We know, and those of you who've been following me on the channel for long enough will remember when we covered the World Economic Forum's PDF on cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. And they mentioned 5 cryptocurrencies, and Cardano was among them. You had Algorand, CELO, XRP, Solana, and Stellar all mentioned in relation with Cardano. So it's been mentioned quite a lot. And right now, guys, I do honestly believe that you have smart money accumulating. This is something I'm pretty confident in. I think the price action has been weird, to say the least, and Cardano's time is coming. We have been very, very zealous and vigilant in regards to our Cardano content to make sure that we keep reiterating to you guys, this is where you want to be accumulating. We are going to see new all-time highs. We are going to go over that again in this video, jump into our Elliott wave theory in relation to a $7.50 to $10 Cardano price by the end of the year. Is this still possible? And it absolutely is, and we're going to get into that, some of the supporting factors for how this could actually happen. So we've got a lot to get through. That was very interesting about the World Economic Forum. By the way, guys, I'm trying out the dark mode. I know I don't get around to replying to all your comments in YouTube, but I read all of them. Somebody said why don't I give it a try with the dark mode for the Twitter and the coin market cap. I know, and I've certainly had symptoms of this when you stare at charts all the time. Sometimes darker is better. So we'll give that a try. So after that sort of weird news, if you will, it is very interesting, guys. Cardano is a serious player. Every single metric of Cardano's on-chain analytics has now at all-time highs, and this is just the start. We are on the precipice with the Plutus backend implementation. We are on the precipice of seeing DeFi as we want it, and this is going to do fantastic things for the price of Cardano. And in regards to what they're doing in Africa, this is perhaps the most strategic move I have seen in cryptocurrencies today, because Charles understands who the real users and beneficiaries of DeFi are going to be, and that is the people in Africa that can't get loans, can't get basic financial applications. It's huge what's going on in Africa, and it's so overlooked. They could literally be the infrastructure that a lot of Africa runs on, the individual countries within there. And people they say, look, many of these countries are very poor, which is a very fair comment to make, but there's unrealized value there. It's amazing what's going on. You don't just need to take my word for it, go and do a little bit of digging yourself. So this is what I think is taking place. Markets move in weird and wonderful ways, and I am convinced that smart money is accumulating here. One comment that I had in regards to this Wyckoff accumulation schematic that I'd kind of overlaid on Cardano, and it's not just the Wyckoff accumulation schematic we've got here, it's the Wall Street cheat sheet that we've got to play, or as we called it, the Cardano cheat sheet, where we're essentially pointing out the fact that what's taking place right now is part of normal market structure, and is actually what Wall Street will use to buy and sell We also brought up this schematic, which is very interesting in regards to buying, distributing and accumulating. You know, this is how markets work. You can see this within Elliott wave theory. All roads lead to the same destination, guys. This is what we're looking at, and I believe Cardano's time to shine is around the corner. I know it's been quite a long, drawn-out pullback for many of you, but they're designed this way, guys, and this is to allow them to accumulate. I honestly think that that's at play. It sounds like a bit of a cop-out when I say there's manipulation at play, because there are, of course, fundamental reasons for why the price has done what it's done. We've gone over them. But, you know, I honestly believe that you do have accumulation taking place here by some of the big players. Certainly the CoinShare inflow report shows us that throughout this entire pullback. Those people that use CoinShare and partake in that have been accumulating. They're typically big players. So there's nothing to be worried about, guys. You should be absolutely excited and stoked for what the future is going to bring. We are going to talk about Bitcoin as well. We made a video on Bitcoin yesterday. Those of you who have been following me for a while now will remember this video where we essentially brought up an indicator that has had a 100% hit rate today, and that is the Hunt Bitcoin COT indicator. This is an indicator created by Francis Hunt, who is the crypto sniper, the market sniper and the reset sniper, and essentially he has come up with this indicator, the COT indicator for Bitcoin, based on the 4 biggest buyers and sellers. Or accumulators and distributors. And this is essentially giving us a huge buy signal now, guys. And when I said that this had a 100% hit rate, people thought I was joking. They thought I was being disingenuous and kind of laughed at it. It's not me saying that, guys. Go and take a look at the signals that it's given and what's followed, and it's been 100% accurate in regards to accumulation and distribution. It's all tying in nicely. And this, of course, is for Bitcoin. We know what's good for Bitcoin is good for the rest of the market. We will talk briefly about ADA versus Bitcoin, or in opposition to Bitcoin, and why this is looking like it's going to flip. This is something that we've been keeping an eye on, but things are looking exceptionally good, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go any further, remember we do have the all-in crypto stake pool. For those of you who are looking to delegate to us, we have 531,000 Cardano delegated so far. We are going to mint blocks at this rate, so if you guys want to head over and join us in staking, you're more than welcome to do so. There's a link to our Discord in the description where some of the community members hang out. So back to the video. This is what you've got, guys. Things are looking exceptionally good. Now, I always get the question, people always say, look, you said $7.50 to $10 by the end of the year. Is that still possible? Now, I do actually think we are going to go into next year in regards to the bull run. We're making a longer video on that later. But yes, we absolutely could still see a $7.50 to $10 price range for Cardano by the end of the year. If these 2 years, if November and December play out how they've typically played out in bull runs, Cardano is going to do very well within that. Certainly given the amount of accumulation that's taken place here, the time that we've kind of been going sideways and what we are currently doing. You know, if this schematic plays out, guys, this is going to be huge. So why do I think potentially that we still could be on for that? Well, you guys know that we have our Elliott wave theory mapped out here. And essentially, I believe within your 5th wave, you know, this is your wave 1 and your 2 pullback, like the other wave 1 and 2 have played out in prior waves within this kind of schematic. We've shown you that as well. We've overlaid them. You know, you're now about to embark on your 3rd wave, and your 3rd wave is typically your biggest wave. So what I want to do, guys, is take the percentage of your 1st wave and just add it to where we are today. Remember, this took a period of around about 42 days. This was around about 210%. So if we go from the bottom to the top and we add 210% on, we go for 42 days, that gives us a price of around about $5.39. Remember, your 3 wave is typically going to be bigger than this. So let's say, for example, it is 300%. That takes you to sort of $7.40 or $7.26. So things can happen in a very short period of time, guys, especially if what we're anticipating does take place. Remember, Plan B has a 96K Bitcoin price for this month, and that model, the stock to flow, has been very accurate today. So if this moves the way that we think it's going to, you could be in for an absolutely epic end to this year, guys. The last thing I want to do is bring up the indicator that we spoke about in relation to the Hunt BTC COT indicator and show you some of the signals that this has given us. Remember, we covered this. I mean, this video was a month ago and we were saying, look, accumulate, guys. Let's get this up. So if you just type in Hunt, it'll be the first one that comes up, and it's the Hunt Bitcoin COT buy and sell signals. Now, it's been 100% accurate to date. You can see if you look at the prior data of where it's given you longs and shorts, in regards to accumulate some buys. It's had a 100% hit rate, and we'll look at what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this is based on the 4 biggest buyers and sellers. Things are looking fantastic, and if this continues to perform in the way it is, you've just got a cluster of longs here, guys, a super longs, if you will. These aren't super longs, these are just long signals. There is an actual super long signal, but things look fantastic. You know, Bitcoin looks very strong. We did tell you in yesterday's video that we made in relation to Bitcoin that this is typical structure. You come up, you will typically bounce back, set up structure, and break all new all-time highs. You know, typically when you break new all-time highs, you will go on a run from that. The best kind of indication for this is your 2007. It was your 2017 to when you had previously broken it. Can you see you pull back, and then you get this continuation? This is what we're after, guys. This is what we're looking at. This big kind of cup and handle is playing out on a smaller scale, and this is charting for you sort of 101. You know, patterns repeat. So things are looking fantastic. In regards to the Wyckoff, one criticism that I had is they said, how can you put it on a 4-hour? It's applicable to the daily and the weekly, by the way, guys. The 4-hour just shows you all the sort of minuscule price movements. In fact, it looks even better on the daily. You know, this is what I think is playing out, guys. This all ties in with everything that we've been speaking to you about for a while now on the channel. You know, they want you to get shaken out. Meanwhile, you've got people like The Economist, the World Economic Forum mentioning Cardano, all the metrics going through the roof in regards to the on-chain analytics. You know, we've got DeFi around the corner, which is going to be huge. We are having a number of those projects come on the channel to talk to us and kind of share some more in regards to their projects. So we're super excited for what's to come. Hang in there, guys. Now is the time to be accumulating. This is just going to look like one big opportunity in the future. I am as confident as I could be on that. Of course, that is not financial advice, but I'm very, very confident in what I'm saying. So that is really all I have for you guys. Things are looking fantastic. We are going to bring out a video after this in relation to when we think the bull run's actually going to end. Lots of conflicting data there. You know, the 4-year cycle theory, and then you have the lengthening cycle theory, and they both have credibility, and they both kind of cancel each other out. It's all very interesting. The short answer to when is this Bitcoin cycle going to end, or when is the crypto bull run going to end, is nobody actually has a definite answer for that. Perhaps the people that control these markets, and there absolutely is control. You know, markets are absolutely manipulated, guys. 100%. The world as a whole is manipulated. What makes you think that markets are any different? That's something to remember. The key to making money is to find out what they're doing, position yourselves with them, and kind of allow things to take place. That's kind of sad. That's a sad way to look at things, but it's kind of how it is. So things are looking good, guys. We're ultimately, you know, expecting Cardano to start impulsing to the upside and seeing new all-time highs. So hang in there, guys. Don't get shaken out. You know, a lot of this is designed, in my opinion. It does sound like a bit of a cop-out, me calling for manipulation, but I think this is absolutely present here, and I'm sure that accumulation has been taking place, not just because of the Wyckoff accumulation schematic. There's a plethora of reasons. I'm going to love and leave you on that note, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. Remember our hunt volatility. You know, things are looking fantastic. Quickly, I didn't actually cover it. The ADA BTC chart, you know, you can see a very strong bounce here, guys. Can you see this? You do the same thing. And one reason we actually said, and we drew this 5 down here, was because you said you don't typically go past a prior moves low. So you don't typically, on the pullback, retrace prior to the previous low. Can you see that? And that looks like it's playing out today. So I'm going to love and leave you guys. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you all in the next YouTube video.